In our last video, we showed you how easy it is to build a simple, predictive model using a MarqMetrix all-in-one Raman system, a simple dataset, and Chemometrics software. In this video, MarqMetrix Director of Chemometrics, Tom Deering, is going to show you a real-world application of this principle and the value it brings to your production or manufacturing process.
Building a model in a lab using a MarqMetrix all-in-one is a really straightforward process, but the next step in the power of these models is to deploy them from the lab and move them out into the process where they can be deployed at many different locations around the world. And the stability of the instrument and the capabilities of Raman spectroscopy mean that scaling and deploying these models across any location is a trivial task. When bioreactor data is typically collected, it can be somewhat intimidating. It tends to look like a lot of squiggles all lined up on top of one another. And the benefit of the all-in-one is its calibration stability and the fundamental information we get from Raman spectroscopy allows us to apply some pretty standard pre-processing techniques to make the data all look similar, make us be able to apply it all into a new model. So after pre-processing, we can make the data all sit on top of one another. Okay, so the calibration stability and the fundamental information allows us to build complex chemometric models that allow us to calibrate different peaks that relate to different species that a biopharma or a bioreactor may be interested in seeing. In our example, we're able to build models that we can tie to glucose.
In biopharmaceutical production, cells require a feeding cycle of glucose to enable cell reproduction. Our Raman systems can measure the glucose content of a bioprocess and tell you exactly when to add more glucose to ensure cell production at a precise rate. Here's how the model works.
We use chemometrics methods such as partial least squares to take these spectra and the data we collect in the lab to build a predictive model that allows us to validate whether the system is working correctly and make predictions against this model, so that when we're ready to take the model out of the lab and move it into a process where it can start earning value and start delivering answers for a customer, we start to get information about what the bioreactor is doing and at what point we might need to feed the system and make an addition of glucose so that the model can be used to monitor the process over time. And this allows us to start delivering solutions and answers to the problem of when do I need to feed my bioreactor.
Be sure to follow our social media pages to learn more about MarqMetrix and our unique approach to process Raman. If you have any questions, check out our website, send us an email, or type it up in the comments section down below. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for more Raman content, and thanks for watching.